What are clinical trials? Clinical trials are research studies that involve treating, diagnosing, preventing, and curing disease and sickness in patients. The people who choose to sign up for clinical trials help doctors and researchers improve healthcare outcomes. Clinical trials can help answer questions and study prevention to reduce the risk of disease, screening to find disease early, diagnostics to test for disease, treatment to give care or treat the disease, and quality of life to offer comfort to people with long-term issues. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, uses clinical trials to approve all new treatment options before they become widely available to the public. If you'd like to research clinical trials that might be right for you, you can find more facts at clinicaltrials.gov. Patients who want to learn more about clinical trials should start by talking with their healthcare team. What are the phases of clinical trials? Clinical trials are done in 4 phases. Phase 1. This phase is designed to test if a treatment is safe and decide on the right doses. The treatment is tested in small patient numbers. To move to Phase 2, the tests must show that the treatment is safe and determines the maximum tolerated dose of new treatments. Phase 2. This phase will focus mainly on the potential effectiveness of the treatment, as in, does it work, in addition to added insight into drug safety. Researchers use the treatment on a small or modest number of patients and track them for any side effects. If the new drug or treatment does not show it helps the disease, the research is stopped or changed. If patients start having unsafe side effects, then the research is also stopped or changed. If the new drug or treatment appears beneficial, then the next step is Phase 3 trials in a larger number of patients. Only treatments found to safely help patients are moved to the final phases. About 1/3 of all drugs tested in clinical trials make it to Phase 3. This phase involves testing for efficacy in larger groups of patients. During this phase, people in the study are often chosen at random to get one of many treatment choices. A patient may be assigned to get the new drug treatment, a combination of treatments, the standard treatment, or no treatment at all. At the end of the trial, all groups are tested and compared. Phase 4. This phase occurs if the new treatment has been approved by the FDA and deemed safe. Further studies are done to learn more about the long-term use of the treatment. Who should volunteer for clinical trials? Clinical trials may offer hope to patients now as well as in the future, and all people are welcome to volunteer. Those with a sickness or disease may seek a clinical trial for new treatments and clinical care options. Those who are not facing disease or illness, but want to be part of moving medicine and science forward, may also choose to volunteer. Not every person handles disease, treatment, or symptoms the same way. This is why it's vital for clinical trials to include all people with different backgrounds, medical histories, ages, genders, races, and ethnicities. All people deserve the benefits and medical advancements made possible because of clinical trials. The cost of clinical trials and insurance options. Many insurance groups don't cover extra costs from a clinical trial, but in most cases, the treatment provider, clinic, or company involved in the study will cover the added costs. When thinking of participating in a clinical trial, it is of great value to talk to your insurance provider to get more details on what is and is not covered. You can also ask to get financial help before you agree to take part in the trial. For more information about financial support, learn from groups like the Patient Advocate Foundation, patientadvocate.org, or Cancer Care, cancercare.org. Patient safety and informed consent. Patient safety is the top priority. Each patient who signs up for a clinical trial has rights and protections. All clinical trials must be approved by an institutional review board, IRB, to protect the patient and inform them on what to expect during the clinical trial. Making an informed decision to take part in a clinical trial is a vital part of the clinical research process. Most clinical trials have an informed consent form to make sure all risks involved are made clear and each person knows their rights. HIPAA privacy rules apply to clinical research and are to be safeguarded. Volunteers in clinical trials have total control over their rights and may drop out at any time. Be a part of moving healthcare forward. Clinical trials can provide greater knowledge and answers about treating, diagnosing, preventing, and curing diseases and sickness. Patient participation makes major advancements in healthcare possible.
When you volunteer your valuable time and effort to take part in clinical research,
you may help pave the way for better healthcare options
for all people.
The Urology Care Foundation is the official foundation of the American Urological Association.